What's up guys, Aeon here, and today we're going to talk about Toaru PSP Online and the recent PSP Online tournament I entered. So if you've been following the channel, you should know that I've been playing the PSP Index game recently, because I made a few videos about it and my gameplay, but I've never actually gotten around to discuss my thoughts about it. And yeah, if you didn't know, this game has been out since 2011, but thanks to, emulating on the PC. So yeah, this is the first time the game's ever had online play since you could only play against CPUs. So it definitely makes the game a lot better rather than just playing computers all the time, which isn't the most fun thing in the world, having robots react to you super quick. So if you have played this game before, I definitely recommend giving it another chance online, because the experience is completely different. I mean, if you've played any game online compared to offline, you'll know. Especially when this game never even had split screen as well, because it was a PSP and you couldn't exactly play split screen on a PSP. So yeah, this is the first time this game has ever had multiplayer, and it benefits from it so much. So if this video inspires you to want to play Index PSP Online, definitely join the Discord server, which is the link in the description, and that's the Index PSP Online server. And the mods are very helpful over there in getting you set up to PSP Online, and yeah, they pretty much help you with whatever question you want to ask. And yeah, definitely join there for future tournaments and playing against other people as well. It's a really great community. It's small at the moment, but we're hoping to get more members, and hopefully this video does inspire more people to play it. So yeah. What I like about the gameplay specifically for Index PSP is the efforts the devs made to make each character unique. Each of them have a really unique play style and different traits to their gameplay that I really appreciate, and it definitely makes it a lot fresher than some other fighting games, which is just rinse repeat combos for days on end. Of course there are combo heavy characters, but there also is a nice mix of different ranges and different projectiles, and yeah, different playstyles and different attributes to each of the character, which I won't explain into detail because I'd be going on forever, but you'll have to play the game to experience that for yourself. So while the gameplay does look slow when you're watching it, it's actually really fun to play, and don't be deceived by it, because I was one of those people who thought, wow, this game looks really slow, it might not be that good, but I just want to play it because it's an Index title. But it actually is really fun to play, and actually when you play Smash, it's a lot stressful. This game is really nice to play in comparison, because you don't have to stress about messing up super hard. Of course you can get punished really hard in this game if you do mess a counter up or something like that, but you don't have to worry about a whole lot compared to playing Smash. The reason why I talk about Smash, by the way, is because I play Smash competitively, kinda. So that's from my perspective from other fighting games. Also, while the characters are unique, the characters also feel nicely balanced. There's not one really strong, absurdly strong character. There are quite a few contenders for the best character in the game, but overall I think getting a tier list for this game competitively is quite hard, because I feel all the characters have really good attributes, and I think almost all the characters are viable to play competitively. Of course, each character has strengths and weaknesses, don't get me wrong. Some characters are better against other characters, but overall, I think the devs did a really good job balancing the game as best as they could. So what's the online experience like specifically? Okay, this is a 2011 title. Is the online really bad, or is it actually good? It's actually very good. I didn't really experience much lag during my sets in the tournament exactly. I did experience some lag when playing against another user in friendlies, but I think that was more his connection rather than mine, because I was using an Ethernet cable at the time. So if you don't have the best Wi-Fi in the world, then you'll probably experience lag. But I was playing against people from other continents, because I live in Europe obviously, but I was playing people in America and other places in Europe, and I experienced pretty much no lag from that. So yeah, you don't really need an Ethernet cable to play it, but it's definitely advised if you want it to be as fluid as possible. But if you've got good internet, then you shouldn't have too much worries. You can play it wireless, that's fine. But yeah, just remember, if you're downloading the emulator, definitely have a decent PC. You won't be able to play Toaru SSPP online on a mobile device, because I mean, you probably could, but the connection would not be good, I don't think, because on a mobile device, the processing power is like nowhere near as good as a decent PC. So definitely play online on a laptop instead. Obviously, I haven't never played the online on a mobile, but I guarantee it won't be as good of an experience as doing it on a PC. I feel like you definitely need a PC for doing this. Otherwise, you're just going to annoy your opponent with your super lag, which you don't want to do. Also, playing the game in HD as well definitely adds to the online experience, because imagine if it still had like the same rendering as like the PSP, it wouldn't be as good. So yeah, obviously the rendering isn't perfect, like there are a few blurry images here and there, but the actual gameplay looks pretty good. And I know the team over at the Discord are working to make the textures even more HD, so they're planning to make it even more high definition in the future. So I really can't wait to see what they do with that. And yeah, one more thing I want to talk about the gameplay. If you look at it, you might not see like the best combos in the world. Obviously, there are characters that have like larger combo strings than others, like the Toma and Motoharu's, but they're also like the projectile characters like Mugano, who can do really good combos, but those are like long range combos, so it might put people off. But yeah, obviously there are like long range and short range characters, and yeah, this game isn't like Naruto Storm, which is a lot faster paced, and you basically just mash the same button to do a combo, if you get what I mean, and you just chuck a dash, mash combo, substitute. It's not like that at all. It's a lot more, you have to think more intelligently about your plays rather than just mashing a button and just spamming crap. Of course you can spam, but if your opponent's bad, but it would have to be the right move. I mean, I don't think I saw anyone in the tournament get away with spamming like the same move over and over again. You definitely have to use a variety of moves, and I really appreciate that. And yeah, it's definitely a lot of reading what your opponent will do and getting a good punish off that. And yeah, each character, like I said, is unique and can like Toma can like negate projectiles and get like a lot of frame advantage from that. And yeah, things like that, you have to be aware of what your opponent's specialty is, like the character they're using. Otherwise, you're just going to get like surprised by a lot of their stuff, because they are very unique. Yeah, like Motoharu can like put these origami things in each side of the map, and that powers up like his different attacks depending on what origami he puts down. So yeah, stuff like that, it just makes it very unique and adds a lot of variety to the gameplay. And yeah, I really just appreciate, okay, yeah, the combo strings aren't as good. Like Aqua only has like a slash and then a third attack, but that third attack won't hit unless you're like super close. So the combo strings like from pressing one button aren't as big as Naruto Storm, that's what I mean. But the way you have to position yourself and anticipate where your opponent will be, that provides more opportunities for intelligent gameplay than other 3D anime fighters, for example. So I really like that about the gameplay of this PSP game. I mean, there are occasions where people who play projectile characters have to go to the like other side of the map and just start using as many projectiles as they can. But I mean, that's only really in a tournament setting if they really want to win. But I mean, there are plenty of ways for your own character, whatever character you use, to get in on them. Unless you're Toma, because Toma doesn't really have a projectile. But even Toma can get a lot of frame advantage from predicting what projectile they used, like I previously said, and then gain a lot of ground thanks to that. So yeah, there are ways to beat defensive playstyles in this game, and it's not the hardest thing in the world either. So yeah, if you're put off by people like spamming projectiles, then don't be too worried, because there are quite easy ways to get around it, and it's definitely not a easy win card to just projectile in the other side of the map. So yeah, on to the actual tournament. So there are only 6 people in the tournament, so it's quite small, but it's a round robin tournament, so everyone played everyone and all the wins were gathered up to see who is the overall winner. And I finished 3rd out of 6th, and I'm really proud of that, because the 2 people who finished above me, Esper and Ippo-san, are really, really good at the game, and they have played this game for a while. And yeah, they are much more experienced than me, so I'm more than happy for them to finish above me. And yeah, our games were pretty close as well. Like, I'll link all my games in the description of the video. Yeah, go subscribe to the Toaru PSP channel. Yeah, all links in the description, so check that out. But yeah, all the games were pretty close, apart from a few rounds here and there where I'd probably get demolished occasionally. But overall, I was pretty close to competing and getting close to beating them. I even took a game off Ibo-san, who won the tournament, so I'm really proud of how I did. And because there was only 6 people, like, the players who finished below me are like really good, but because the tournament is so small, it doesn't really reflect on like how good they are. So I hope that there are future tournaments where there are more entries, so they can actually demonstrate how good they are at the game. So because I feel like they were kind of unfairly placed in a way, but like literally someone had to finish in those places, so it's kind of unfortunate that players of that quality finished that low, in my opinion. So yeah, I obviously played Aqua in this tournament because Aqua is one of my favorite characters in the series, and I cosplay him. And I really like his gameplay in this. He's quite slow going forward, but his attacks have a lot of super armor and are unblockable, so he kind of compensates his lack of speed for those kind of attacks. And you can also come up with like some really good read combos, and he's really good when you put your opponent in a corner, as you can't really escape because his sword, and like he's got lots of different ways of trapping the opponent, which I really like and enjoy. And yeah, his combos also have a lot of potential as projectiles, because you can like launch his projectiles while you combo, which is really cool. I only really managed to pull that off once though, because the unfortunate thing about Aqua's projectiles is that if he gets hit once, all his projectile like traps he lays out on the map disappears if he gets hit once, which is really unfortunate. But I guess they had to kind of make it more balanced, because he could just like fire them whenever he wanted, I guess. But yeah, definitely it's kind of irritating at times when you set up like these different traps and they just disappear from just getting hit at once. So I'll talk about each set I played pretty quickly. So my first set I played against Dark and I won 2-0. He's a pretty good Toma player, but he also plays a variety of characters. He had the opportunity to switch character, and I don't know why he didn't do it. Maybe he just felt confident with Toma, but he ended up playing Misaka for the rest of the tournament afterwards, because I think he wasn't feeling the Toma after playing me or something. But yeah, I feel like Aqua really gives Toma a hard time, just because Toma will find it very hard to get in with Aqua's sword, especially when he can't really use Imagine Breaker against like the unblockable attacks. I'm pretty sure he can't do that. Yeah, so Ascalon is really good at getting around like Toma's advantages. But if Toma does get in, then it's pretty bad news, as Toma does a crazy amount of damage up close. So you kind of want to play defensively with Aqua in this instance. You just want to keep Toma out as best as possible, and I pretty much managed to do that against Dark. And yeah, I don't think he knew the matchup that well, since he was trying to counter a lot when you can't really counter some of those attacks. So yeah, definitely Dark is a really good player, and I enjoyed playing against him. But yeah, I don't think he knew the matchup that well, which definitely helped my gameplay. I then played Ippo-san, who, like I said, won the tournament, and he played Accelerator against me. And this matchup is kind of weird to me, because I never really played against Accelerator before, like a human playing Accelerator, I should say. And Accelerator is like the fastest character in the game, so it's kind of difficult for Aqua to keep up with him, especially like predicting his movements, because Aqua's moves are quite slow, so you really have to get hard reads against this character if you want to win. But if you do get one of those hard reads, then you can punish Accelerator super hard, since I think Accelerator has like one of the lowest health in the game, like next to Kuroko. So if you manage to get an opening, you're gonna pretty wreck Accelerator super hard. And that's how I pretty much won one game against Ippo-san, because I managed to get like a couple decent reads, or managed to get an opening, and I just did a crap ton of damage to get the win, even though I didn't win it like neutral as many times as he did. And I feel like that's kind of like the matchup. It kind of reminds me of like the Fox Ganondorf matchup in Smash. Like if you get like a few openings, you can actually wreck Fox super hard, but Fox will always have that better neutral. So yeah, definitely a hard matchup for Aqua, unless you do get those good reads. So yeah, I just need more experience playing against that character, and I definitely think I can do better in the future. But yeah, Ippo-san is an amazing player, and he definitely deserved to win the tournament. Okay, next I played Esper, and Esper plays Sasha, which is a very hard matchup for Aqua. I played Esper a number of times in friendlies, and back then Esper was like completely destroying me, and I didn't really know what to do against this character. But I kind of did my research and kind of studied how I can dodge like Sasha's projectiles easier, and I definitely managed to implement that in my gameplay. But Sasha is just a very hard character for several reasons for Aqua, because Sasha can basically play the keep away game very easily against Aqua, since Sasha has some of the best projectiles in the game. But Sasha is also really good up close up, so they can actually mix up both of those gameplay styles, which is definitely tricky to get used to. Combined with Sasha having like the best special / ultimate in the game, it can beat out Aqua's special if they both go head to head, and pretty much any of my attacks if I get up close. So it's definitely a very difficult move and a very annoying move, but hey ho, that's what it is. But yeah, each game I played against Esper, I feel like it was pretty close. I just wasn't getting the win. Like, I was playing well, but just not well enough to get the win, which is understandable, but I definitely improved it in the matchup. And yeah, I feel like it's my worst matchup at the moment. Obviously, I haven't played against a human playing every character in the game, but I definitely feel like this is one of my worst matchups. But I definitely feel like I'm improving at it at the same time, considering like how badly I was doing against him in friendlies and how I'm doing now. And I also feel like I'm improving in the game like every time I play it generally, which I'll talk about later on. So yeah, congrats to Esper, you played really well. After Esper, I played C3PO Awesome. And as you may know, I've played him many times, and one of those times I put on this channel where I did some friendlies with him. But yeah, this is the first time playing him in a tournament setting, and he actually has learned a lot about the Aqua matchup. He played really well. He was like using the Matrix at times with Toaru. Like, he was avoiding like so many of my attacks in a row, and I was like, what the hell is this guy doing? Like, how is he not getting hit? Like, at the start of the game, like if you watch the set, you'll see it. Like the very start, like the very first game, he like avoided like 3 or 4 attacks in a row, and I was like, how can I not hit this guy? It's like, I was really confused. Like, is this guy cheating or something? But I managed to gradually adapt to how he was playing and what he was doing after he got hit. So I definitely managed to turn some of the sticky situations I got in around. But yeah, he definitely improved at the matchup and improving at how to dodge Aqua's attacks, because Aqua's attacks, like I said, are quite slow, so if you do know how to dodge them effectively, it becomes a lot more easier, and I feel like he's improving every time he plays against me. And yeah, I honestly don't think C3PO Awesome finishing as low as he did reflects him as a player. I definitely think he's a lot better, but obviously we had such a good group of players in the 6 that entered this tournament, and I can only see him improving in the future. Like, if he's improving this much against me now, then I'm pretty worried if I play against him in a future tournament. So keep up the good work, man. And lastly, I played Cameron, who plays Mugano, and if you've seen his channel, you can see like some of the crazy Mugano combos he does. Like, honestly, some of them are pretty insane, and I think he's like a Mugano pioneer or something. Well, that's what he's known as, at least, because he's pretty much like turn this character around, because I don't think many people thought Mugano was a good character before he started doing those combo videos. So Mugano definitely has a lot of potential as a character in the future. But I did win the set, but Cameron did have a lot of good opportunities, but I was just making the most of my opportunities more than he was. Like, I was getting like one neutral win and then putting him in the corner and then just completely reading what he'd do and just placing a load of traps to cover every option he would do. And there's not much you can really do in that situation, to be honest, apart from getting a bit of luck. But yeah, my Aqua Punish game was like really hard. I just needed one opening to pretty much win each round, which was kind of crazy. Like, I think that's the best I've ever played the game, to be honest. So I wouldn't feel too hard if I were you about it. If you're watching this video, Cameron, you definitely had a lot of good opportunities. But yeah, I was just playing a bit ridiculous that game, I feel. But yeah, definitely I was kind of worried at stages because he did put me to very low health, but I was lucky to get advantages, and I think he did drop like a couple of combos here and there, so he probably would have won a few rounds if he did not drop those combos. So I think a bit of luck, and also the fact that my Punish game was just on another level that occasion, that I managed to win pretty quickly. But yeah, overall, I think Cameron definitely has good qualities as a player, so I'm looking forward to playing him again in the future as well. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the tournament and PSP Online. I definitely cannot recommend this game enough online if you are an Index fan. So please, like I said, join the Discord. Link is in the description. And I hope to see you there, and I hope Esfer arranges more tournaments. Like, the more people who are interested, the more tournaments he will arrange in the future. And like I said, he's very helpful in helping new people get into the game. So don't feel daunted if you don't really know what you're doing. He will help you, and obviously other members of the Discord will as well. So please join the Discord and let him know that you want to join in a future tournament, and let's hope we can get more tournaments out in the future, and I'll be entering all of them, and I hope I can play you all one day, because I'd love to do that and play my subscribers. And maybe one day I can make a video where I play my subscribers for like subscriber battles, and I can make a video on that, and that'd be pretty cool to watch. It's like a live stream kind of thing. So yeah, let me know what you think, and yeah, please get the game, and I hope to play you soon. Bye bye.